Hi guys, welcome to the Masterclass. Today you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in a job interview or at a networking event. This Masterclass will help you to speak with confidence, to use the right words and phrases, to speak clearly and directly, and to talk about your professional skills, experience, and achievements. Self-presentation in general is the way to influence how people see us and think about us. And self-introduction influences the way people think about us. The aim of introducing ourselves is to make an impression on the person we are communicating with. And a good thing is that we can control this impression. In order to do this, you should choose key facts and information and tell it to make a desired impression. Before you start watching the video, I want you to prepare some paper and pen because you're gonna write a lot. I want you to write down the notes because this is how you will build your self-introduction. First of all, why do you think the recruiter asks this question? Please tell me about yourself. Of course, first they want to break the ice because a person feels the most comfortable when they talk about themselves. And it's also a good idea to start with a familiar topic to lower the stress on an interview. Also, a recruiter wants to check that you are able to talk about your career and you're able to give details and to focus on the most important things in your professional life. And finally, they want to check how communicative you are. That's why your self-introduction should look like a story where we can hook the recruiter's attention and highlight some details. So when we talk about the impression we want to make on the person we are communicating with, usually people want to be seen as strong experts or people who drive results or people who have relevant skills. At the beginning, I'm going to ask you some questions and I really want you to think about the answers. Who is a strong expert? How do you know that a person is an expert in your professional area? If you need some more ideas or you need some inspiration, you can ask ChatGPT to answer this question too. You can type your professional area and ask what skills the expert in this area has, what kind of expertise this person has. Or you can ask any other question which might seem relevant for you. So, you have 5 minutes to answer the question. How do you know that a person is an expert in your professional area? The next question. Stop the video and write down the answer. Who is a person who delivers results? What kind of results are expected in your position? Now stop the video and answer the third question. What kind of skills are important and valuable in your profession? Now stop the video and answer these questions. What are your roles in professional life? Sometimes we can be experts in several areas. So write down them all. The next question. Which one is the most relevant role for you today? Or maybe what's the position you're applying for in the near future? And the third question. Which role drives your interest the most? That's also important to understand because you can take some skills and expertise from one role to another. And some skills are used in several roles, but sometimes we don't think about them. So, as you understand, our goal is to show who you are and to highlight the most relevant information for the position you're applying for. If you're not using this self-introduction for a job interview, it's still important to impress the person since you're building business contacts, not only friendship. The next task. For today's masterclass, please choose one role only. It's really important for you not to be too general. In English, it is very, very critical to be specific. To be specific means to give details relevant for one specific subject. So now I want you to stop the video again and write down the answers. What do you want people to think about you? What do you want them to understand about you? And what is important to know about you? For example, it can be some fact not related to work necessarily. Maybe you have some achievements in sports, or maybe you have a big family, or maybe you are a traveler. All these facts, as an addition, make a better picture of you. After you've written down the answers to this question, we can move to the next step. You are going to talk about what you've been doing recently, about your responsibilities, professional interests, and relevant projects that you've done. The formula of self-introduction is simple. First, you always talk about the present. Then, you talk about the past. And finally, you talk about the future. Present means that you give brief information about your current job or position, the company, the industry, your responsibilities and achievements. When you talk about the past, you give information about your skills and work experience. And when you talk about the future, you explain why you are a good fit for the position you're applying for, or how you can collaborate with the person you are talking on a business meeting. Now let me introduce myself. I'm Anna Nikonova. I'm an English teacher and IELTS trainer. I've been teaching English for more than 15 years. Everything I do is designed to help students develop skills they need to speak English effectively and with confidence. I also help professionals introduce themselves on a job interview, business meeting, or during networking. I specialize in structure and logics, and I've developed strong presentation skills. At work, I use official guidelines as well as online resources such as TED Talks, articles in The Economist, and other newspapers. One of my responsibilities is to design a roadmap for students of various levels to ensure they get the results. I explain the strategies and techniques that work well. Since 2015, I've helped more than 1,000 students to pass the IELTS with high score and get the results they needed. Most of my students are now working or studying in the USA, Canada, Australia, or in Europe. In addition, I have worked in multinational companies such as Volvo Trucks with English-speaking partners and customers. I've presented the company services and supported the clients. My primary focus is logical development in writing and in speaking. Therefore, self-introduction is in line with my expertise. The experience I gained and my linguistics background make this masterclass effective. I am familiar with the challenges you face and I know how to overcome them. I am also a simultaneous interpreter. I've interpreted on many international conferences and I have passed the IELTS with 8 band.